agency knows we are not going to get jobs, why do they allow us to register?
You see,
either I give up the house completely and lose all my money, or I
remember you were very frustrated when you were looking for a job.
It's an understatement.
Number one. You. No, I want sunflower casino. Now I'm eating tomatoes and I'm into me shut down to be here.
I see 5 million.
Hey. 500.
That's fine. A customer.
Yes.
When I sue you.
No sense. My friend only be so near me one on Mr. Patching about tell me.
Ceciana, Tambe.
Cecilia, Baba Cecilia.
Sir.
Patchway. Mammy 1 minute, I'm in your coca.
Hello, Akira. You never call at this time. Why has the baby come?
Not really, but I look like a whale. Anyway, I'm stuck in the market and I need your help. No, it's just I'm trying to get some stuff in the market and then the money is not enough. And the woman is looking at me as if I've stolen from her. So if you could send me something small.
Oh, it's a holiday here. Banks are closed.
I know it's a holiday, but then haven't you heard of this app? I think it's TransferGo.
TransferGo. Okay.
Yeah, it's an app.
Let me check it on the App Store. Let me give it a try. I'll call
look
you
it up and call me back.
All right.
Right, something small, please.
TransferGo is an international money transfer company offering a range of affordable money transfer services without excessive bank fees. With TransferGo, you can now send money to friends and family from the UK and other EU countries to Ghana. TransferGo is regulated by the UK Financial Conduct Authority as an authorized payment institution and already trusted by 4 million users worldwide. Send money to friends and family from UK and other EU countries to Ghana using Transfer.
Hey, Ativa! Ativa! Hey!
How many years now?
Let me see. 2012. It's been long.
That's like 12 years now.
Yeah.
Or more. 12 years. 12 years. I started recording already because I wanted to capture this moment. Hey! Guys, if you are confused, this is Bridget Ayoram Ativo. She left that name out. Guys, she was my classmate back in senior high school more than 12 years ago. And you were my twin dorm mate as well.
Yeah, twin dorm mate.
And you were my twin dorm mate as well. It's been over 12 years. Out of nowhere, I saw her comment in one of my YouTube videos. I didn't even know you were doing nursing after school. So out of nowhere, I saw her comment on one of my YouTube videos. And then I asked her to contact me on email, right?
No, I emailed you and you said email is too formal. I should
WhatsApp
you.
Yeah, so she emailed me. She emailed me and I was like, nah, for somebody I know and I've known for this long, I don't think I should treat you like, any other subscriber. Let me give you my number. I don't give my number out. So I gave you my number and then we started communicating on WhatsApp. And at the time, Bridget, that's when I got to know she was even a nurse. And because after high school, I've not met you again. Like I've never seen you anywhere after high school. And then I got to know that she was also a nurse and she was looking to relocate to the UK. Apparently at the time you had already passed the CBT, passed the IELTS, but you were struggling to get a job. And here you are now in the UK with your husband and your son, right?
Yeah, my son.
Wow, I'm so happy for you. Briefly tell us about yourself, but I've said it already.
Introduce me, you know everything about me anyway.
Wow.
Okay, so
where did you do your nursing training?
I studied in UDS. Tamale campus. Yeah.
I never knew. So you did a degree in nursing?
Yeah, I was actually in KNUST. I knew you were doing nursing, but I was in KNUST for 1 year and I quit and went to UDS. I was studying chemistry in KNUST.
Okay. And then you left to Tamale, and then you did 4 years nursing, and then you did your rotation, and after that you started. So when did you first discover my channel?
Oh, long ago. I can't give an exact time, but I chanced on it, and so but I didn't take it serious. So after some time, I think you also stopped recording at the point
when I was pregnant. Yes,
I think so. Yeah. So after some time, when the decision came up again, I told my husband that I remember a colleague of mine used to make videos of it on YouTube, so we should check it out. So all my research were on YouTube and like Google. And to
Wow.
be honest, it has helped me a lot. Like all the information is available, so I don't see why you should. I'll come to that. Go and pay someone to do it for you. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Hey, how long have you been in the UK? It's like you've gotten an accent already. It's like you have a British accent already. Hey, Ativa.
I've only been here for 8 months. Just 8 months.
Hey, 8 months about to see her. Wow.
Ah, that's
Yeah, I
so
was expecting you to be here for like 4 months. Oh. Hey, right now 8 months has come. Wow.
I've
Interesting.
been here since June.
June. Wow. So far, how has it been like?
Oh, it's been ugly and nice, to be honest. Yeah, I've had quite an experience. So, my family actually delayed in coming because of accommodation issues, and I lost some money in there, a lot of money. So, apparently, I got accommodation. I was ready to move in, and then they emailed me that there were issues in the house they were going to sort out. And I contacted them back that, well, I want them to sort it out before I move in. They said okay, they were going to do that. Then they later emailed me to tell me it will be available at this time. Only for me to go there. The problems they listed for me that they were there and they were going to solve them were still there. So I told them I didn't want the property again. If you don't know, those watching, if you don't know, UK rules on rent actually favors the landlords a lot. If you take time to read, I went to citizens advice. I did a lot of consultation, but apparently the rules favor the landlord, so there was nothing I could do at that point. Either I give up the house completely and lose all my money, or I decide to. Even if I rent separately a different house, I keep paying the rent. It's crazy. So I finally reached an agreement with the landlord who said until they find someone, I'm responsible for the rent. Yeah. It's
Why you
crazy.
have signed a contract already?
I had signed a contract. That was the bad side.
Yeah, I think why when you went to do the viewing, did you not see those problems?
When I went to do the viewing, that one other advice for everyone. When I went to do the viewing, there were people in the house. It was occupied. And I asked them the changes they were going to make, and they told me, oh, they were going to, everything in that house is theirs, like it's for the landlord, but they were going to renovate, clean, paint. They didn't even clean the house.
Wow, that's really bad. Why didn't you take pictures of the place and then move in and then ask them to, because you were looking for a place, ask them to fix it whilst you were there?
I just didn't want the it became a back and forth with the landlord and the agent. And I grew tired.
It's not fair because you should have taken pictures of how bad the
I
place was.
actually have videos of it. I still have
Why didn't
them.
you report them to, what's the name of these people? Those that protect the tenants' deposits. What's their name? You should have sent them.
DCS.
You should have sent them the videos and they would have given you back your money.
Well, actually, I got my deposit back, but it was the first rent pay that I didn't get. I got part of it though, not
Okay.
everything.
Yeah. Okay. So fair enough. Fair enough.
Oh
Wow.
yeah. It wasn't that bad, but I mean, it was a bad experience for
Yeah.
me for a start.
Yeah. So guys, if you are listening to us, you have to, this week, like about 4 people have asked me about accommodation. It's very tough to get accommodation these days, and
Yeah.
especially if you are a foreigner and then you are coming, it's really, really tough. Your first place to get is really, really tough. If you don't take it, you've even be depressed. And listening to Bridget as well, you should, consider some of these things when you go for the viewing. Like, be very sure of what you are signing, and then once you pay your deposit, secure your deposit with that body. I'll try and find their name and I'll list it here. Secure your deposit so that should anything happen, and they'll give you back the money. And make sure you take pictures of the very first time you went there, how the place was like, just as evidence, just in case. I'm happy for you. So, when you came, after how long did your husband and your baby join?
5 to 6 months. They came in August.
Okay.
Yeah, and like I mentioned, they would have come earlier because I did a visa application way earlier. And the interesting thing is, one other thing that delayed us was the time I booked the flight. So when we applied for visa, UK website says visa takes about 3 to 5 weeks. So we were looking at 3 to 5 weeks, and we added a contingency of about 2 weeks. So making a total of 7 weeks. And interestingly, we got a decision in 3 days. I have a video of it on my channel,
My
like
husband as
how,
well. Yeah.
yeah, how we managed to do it and the documents he uploaded to make it so simple. It was really quick. They went for biometric on Monday, and by Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday afternoon, he tracked the application on the website, and they already had a decision.
Has your husband traveled before, prior to coming to the UK?
No,
Okay,
no,
okay,
it's his
okay.
first time.
So now, for those on the health and care worker visa, actually one of the benefits is fast visa processing. So if you are a health and care worker visa applicant, or if you are a dependent of someone on the health and care worker visa, your visa processing is very, very fast these days. It's very, very fast. If they don't have a lot of things to do, you can get it within the same week. These days,
Yeah,
that's the process. Yes, it's
right.
really,
So
really.
if you provide all your documents,
Yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, that's the main thing. The
These days
documents.
it's really fast. Yeah. So I'll link Bridget's channel in the description as well if you want any tips as well. Bridget, I remember you were very frustrated when you were looking for a job.
It's an understatement.
How
I
bad
was
was
I was frustrated, and I lost hope in the middle of it because aside the frustration, I still ended up failing an interview.
it?
So you can imagine kind of frustration I went through. It wasn't easy because you apply for jobs and you get email replies that we are not recruiting from Ghana because Ghana is on a red WHO red list, and because of that we can't recruit you. It was a lot, not once, not twice. You could get about three of it in a day. So you ask yourself, in fact, I think I asked you this question. If NMC knows we are not going to get jobs, why do they allow us to register in
You
the
see,
first
it's a
place?
totally different thing altogether. NMC, WHO, gov.uk, they are three different bodies altogether. They're all doing their job.
Exactly.
You understand?
Exactly.
So yes, they are independent of each other. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's difficult. And then the thing is, some trusts would rather recruit from non-red list countries based on their own decision, because even on the gov.uk website, when you check the code of conduct for international recruitment, they said that once the person from red list contacts you, the employer, personally, you should still give that person the chance.
Yeah.
That's the rule. Even if she's from a red list, if they are contacting you personally without an agency, you still have to give the people the chance. Sometimes I think some of these people, they don't even understand it. And then also some of them, I honestly think that like this man AIDS lady, Frey, I interviewed, she said that some of them is a personal decision of their trust. They are just saying that, well, we've heard that your country needs you more, so we'd rather not take you from your country.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So many other trusts are still, recruiting. So I
Oh
don't
yeah. So
wish
many trusts are still recruiting.
in all,
And so
how long did it take you to find a job? You know,
very short, very, very short
no, like
period.
you see, you were
Um,
frustrated, the whole frustration time and everything. How long was it? Like,
So I started active job search in February. I wrote CBT February 2nd. So February 3rd, I started active job search, February 3rd. And I landed this job early March.
so where was the frustration from?
I don't
So
even
that short
understand.
while. You see, people don't have patience.
Exactly.
Because the
Yeah.
way you were always asking, Nanelle, I'm even, and you send me an audio, and Nanelle, I'm even tired, and I'm even wondering, and I'll share my story one day, and then
And
I
you should
was
have
like,
yet to share. You
you
should have
made it
yet
look
to
like
share.
you've been searching for a job for 1 year,
I
honestly.
think it's also because of the number of applications I made. I did a lot of applications, like I dedicated time to it. So I think because I applied for more, it increased my chance of finding one early. So yes, if you are in the job application, the first thing to consider is applying more, because these jobs you are applying for, some are going to land in the hands of agents and some are going to land in the hands of trusts directly. So at least these numbers, you get some few probabilities that will favor you. That's one advice I have. So yes, I really applied. Nani, I won't lie to you. I did a lot of applications. Even agent applications, I did them, even though they were not supposed to recruit. So let's say today I do all my applications that I think are streamlined to me. And at the end of the day, I feel I still have time. I go on Facebook, search for agents that are advertising. I send them emails and leave my CV with them. If they reply, fine. If they don't reply, well, we move on. So that's what I did.
I also, let me add that the fact that you have to apply to as many as you can does not mean that you should just apply. Make sure that you are moving your best foot forward with each application.
Oh
Don't
yeah.
just send a CV. Look at the job specification, look at the requirements of that particular job, and make sure that you are giving in your best to each application. If you are just applying, sending the same CV to all 100 employers, and you're not really tailoring your CV or your personal statements to the needs of that particular job that is being advertised that you are applying for at that particular time, you are just wasting your energy and your time because you are reducing your chances of getting that job. So
Yeah.
make sure you have your best foot forward at all times. Do all you can to increase your chance for that particular job that you're applying for. And 100% of, let me not say 100, and 99% of the time it works. You
Yeah.
mentioned that
I
you,
actually have a video on the job application tips on my channel as well. How to go about your personal statements. Even Daniel, I went through some people's CVs and personal statements, and sometimes it's heartbreaking. It's like we don't work in chronological order, and we mix everything up, and we don't talk about our skills. And some people just take the trust, but those who take the pain to do the research they are supposed to do, they finish the research and they still state the trust values as the values of the trust, not necessarily what should I say, relating it to themselves. You know, you have to relate it to yourself, make it your own. You make
personalize it.
yeah,
Yeah.
you personalize it that way that they know that oh, this person actually possess the qualities we want in this trust or in this care home. You know, it increases your chances as well. So yeah, the job application is difficult, but if you know how to go about it, person specification is very important in every job application in your CVs. I talked about it for the teachers as well, for their CV writing. You know, if you understand the person specification and sometimes even the job description, if you know what you are expected to do, when you are putting down your responsibilities, you make sure you include something about your about the responsibilities listed on the website in your responsibilities. Let it match so that they'll know that, oh, this person is even doing this in their country already. So if they arrive, it's just a matter of getting acclimatized with the system and they'll be able to flow, you know. All these things increase your chances. But sometimes we just wanted the easy way. We just copy and paste, send the same CV around and all
And I
that.
had an interview with Edusi, Kojo Edusi Poku, and we have said this so many times on this channel. It's like a song we sing on this channel every time. Don't just write the personal statements. Don't
Yeah.
just write the CV. Make sure you're tailoring it to the needs of that particular trust. Take the pain and go through their values, go through the requirements, the job specifications, blah blah blah, and make sure you're putting in your best. Because if you tell me that you've applied to 400 jobs and nobody has replied, and you tell me that you started applying, let's say 3 weeks ago, how on earth were you able to tailor CV for 400 job applications? That means you didn't do it well. You just kept applying. I even heard that some people just copy some different jobs in. They'll send one email and then they'll copy all other emails in, like just they'll send them at a go. It's like you're not even showing respect, like you're not even showing
No.
seriousness. So guys, look at all these things. I mean, the jobs are there. They said they needed over, is it 50,000 nurses, and they are not even close to half of it. So they still need you. Okay, so
Yeah,
just take
they
time.
didn't.
And then you said you failed an interview. What happened?
I failed an interview. I don't even know what happened, but I just failed the interview.
What did they
It
tell you
was
was the reason?
it was actually maybe I didn't do enough research. I didn't study
Was there
how
any
to.
question they asked you that you think you did not answer properly?
No, but I think I wasn't. I was straightforward. I didn't really understand how to go about interviews. I think generally, because back home we don't really do interviews. Like you don't go through anything like interviews. So I wasn't really prepared. Let me put it that way. I wasn't prepared for the interview. So I didn't know much about the it was a private hospital. I didn't know much about the hospital. I didn't like more of straightforward answers. So like tell me about yourself instead of delving more into my experience and stuff. I just go straight, just something small, and I leave it like that. You have to sell yourself at this point as well. But I didn't do that bit, so I think those are some of the things. And
For those on the for those on my Telegram group, there's a popular person who used to help on the Telegram group a lot. I know that now that she's in the UK, she's tied up with family and work and all that. But if you know anybody on the Telegram group called Girl's Favorite, this is hell.
Fair Case.
Or what?
Fair Case. That's the name Telegram gave me. Fair Case.
Fair Case. Oh, I see. Fair Case or God's Favorite. So that testimony I posted, that long testimony, it was from Bridget Ayeram and all God's Favorites on the Telegram. So I'm sure most people know you because you used to help on the page a lot. And so all those who came to your DM, they definitely will know you. So this is the face behind God's Favorite. She was hiding her face. Now she's here now. So briefly tell us the process now in 2023 for coming to the UK as an nurse. Just briefly. Okay. The process now.
Okay, so now, basically, I'm going to give you the process as I did mine because I think it's the easiest way to go about it.
Okay.
I understand some people start NMC registration and write CBT before they go about IELTS and things, but we all know how IELTS can be very dangerous, So, in my opinion, you can start NMC registration and IELTS preparation together, like at the same time. So while going about your NMC registration, just start preparing for IELTS or OET. Start preparing for your English test. And but for my diploma nurses, it's been immediately you take the decision, get your clearance because clearance has become very, very difficult back home, especially in Ghana. It's become difficult. So get your clearance. Once you have your clearance, everything else should flow.
So for those who are confused about clearance, not everybody is from Ghana. So those who are from other countries, the NMC of UK would have to verify from the nursing council in your country that you are indeed a nurse, and then everything you stated in your application is genuine or true, right? In Ghana, however, if you went to a nursing training or a diploma like nursing school, there's something called clearance where you have to be cleared by the Ministry of Health, the MOH, right? Ministry of Health, that you are not owing the government, especially for those that took allowances from school or you have served the number of years you're supposed to serve as per the allowance you got, blah, blah, blah. So that's where the clearance comes in. Even in Ghana, it's not every nurse. If you went to a private school and you didn't take allowance, you're not necessarily supposed to clear. If you did a degree, you don't need to be cleared. But for those that did nursing training or diploma, you need to be cleared. I don't know how the process is like when it gets to that part in other countries. I'm sure in most countries, you just pay a token and then the nursing council in your country will do the paperwork for you with regards to the UK NMC verification. Yes, so if you are confused about the clearance, that's what we mean.
I'm giving you the process as I did mine.
Mm-hmm.
When I took the decision, I was always on YouTube watching videos, Nanelle's videos on how to go about the whole process. Okay, so I did a lot of research to understand the journey before I started it. After the verification, then I got an email from NMC UK that I could search for the test of competence exam. So without that email, you can't search for the test of competence exam.
That's the
So after receiving that email, I registered with Pearson View, sat for the CBT. Now it's part A and part B. So
did you do that one? Did you do part A?
So numeracy and clinical.
Where did you get study materials from to study for the CBT?
Pearson View, after registration, will grant you access to study materials. Invexus has an app, CBT app, that you can download. It's free. I think it's a free app. But
I'll leave it in the description. Yeah.
Some of the exams are paid for, though. But some of the questions are paid for, but most of them are free.
Yeah.
So you study for your CBT, set for your CBT. Then the next thing is, while doing this, you also start preparing your CV.
And then start the job.
Then start job applications.
Okay.
It's really simple, but it involves dedication. That's why people lose interest, people lose hope. And
so you started in February. You started the whole process in February, and then you got to the UK in June.
Yeah, I was actually supposed to arrive 28th April.
So that
my
means
visa delayed.
the whole process for you took less than 5 months.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really fast. That's really your advice for people who are now embarking on this journey and are now about to start. Your advice.
Don't give up. Don't give up. My word is just one. Don't give up. And even if you've not started
Just one.
and you want to do it, go ahead and do it. See, I see this now. Shadrach is training me, so I'm becoming an investment guru. See this as an investment. It can go well, it can go bad. But to be honest with you, I don't know anyone who has gone through this process and is still sitting in Ghana for 2, 3 years and
And they're still sitting in their home country. It's not just Ghanaians, Bridget. Ah.
And if you've not started and you want to do it, go ahead and do it. See it as an investment. The reason I'm saying this is if you put this fish in, the amount of fishes you are going to catch out of the sea.
Hey, motivational speaker, Bridget.
Oh,
hey.
Yes. I mean, it's not
Honestly,
we
you don't have, there's not much to lose. I think the most difficult part of this whole process for most people is passing of the IELTS. That is why I agree with you on the fact that if anything at all, start with that part, because that's the part that can be very, very depressing. So once you clear that part, you know that, oh, you have one foot already in the UK at least. And the job search might be difficult, but because that's the most difficult part, honestly, once you clear that part, you are most likely to end here in a couple of months after that. And even if you don't come to UK, there are so many other countries that you can use that same IELTS results for as a nurse.
I don't know anyone who has gone through this process successfully, past IELTS, past CBT, and it's still sitting in their home country. Like, I'm yet to meet someone.
You will struggle to get a job. There are people, but like you said, they are in the job search process, and they will surely get here with time. I get testimony.
No, I mean, their NMC registration expired without finding a job.
Ah, okay. No.
Then they are probably
It's
not
rare.
applying well.
It's rare. Wow, well said. Yeah. So guys, I'll leave the study materials and then the app that Bridget mentioned in the description. I'll leave Bridget's YouTube channel handle also in the description. You can head over and then ask her your questions.
Thank you for that.
Having that she just went through the process, she probably has a fresh memory of most of the things that she had to go through, unlike us the grandmothers. So yeah, so thank you so much, Bridget. Thank you for your time. I enjoyed this, and thank you for the support you gave on the Telegram page. I'm not able to be on there to answer questions all the time, but yourself and Joe and Tilly and Passy, you've been really helpful, and Cecil as well. Thank you so much, guys. Bye.
My last word. I have last word.
Last word. Also, about coffee. Also, last word. Be hey boy.
Okay, so now my last advice to everyone: please, when you finally get that job and you get your offer letter, please read it to understand everything in it. Know what your employer is doing for you. Know what they are doing for you on a loan basis, and know what they are not doing for you at all. When you get your certificate of sponsorship, check if maintenance is for you alone. Check whether it's for you and your family. Check whether you don't have it at all. And make sure if you don't have it at all, make sure you have the necessary amount of money in your account to apply so that you are not refused visa. These are some of the things that put people in a lot of frustration. Find out your accommodation status, most especially. Is the employer giving you accommodation? Most of them will give you, but they will take it from your salary. You have to know whether they are taking it or not.
And even the length of time they will give you. Are they giving you
exactly
2 months or 3 months? But the thing is, see, if you watch my videos, all these things should not be a bother to you, honestly. Like, this is something we have said so many times. This should not be a bother to you at all.
Honestly, I got most of my tips from your channel, and then some personal experience, and then some little research here and there.
Yeah.
Everything is available. I mean, we sometimes some people find it difficult spending time and resources on YouTube. They feel they are spending data and stuff like that. But I tell you, that is what is going to help you. You need this information to, brace yourself for what is coming, good or bad.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Bye.